Are you trying to decide which new camera to buy? Here's what you need to make an informed decision. A test lab that can separate the merely good from the truly excellent in photographic hardware. Most photographers can't afford their own test lab, but you don't really need one if you read Tony Nagatomo's test results in the pages of Modern Photography magazine each month. Tony and the technical staff at Modern have tested and reported on thousands of cameras and lenses since the magazine began publishing test data over 35 years ago. When your camera tells you that you're exposing the film for a 250th of a second, how accurate is it? Shutter speeds are checked electronically. Numbers aren't the only way to judge a camera's or lens's performance, so Modern field tests cameras and prints the results. Once the equipment has been thoroughly tested, it's torn apart piece by piece. Here, Modern can see how the camera was constructed. How well do things fit together? How well are camera components insulated and protected? How rugged will the camera be? 35mm SLR cameras were once primarily optical and mechanical instruments. Today, they are primarily electronic instruments. And new technology is seen within virtually every camera that crosses modern photography's test bench. The findings are reported in the magazine. Innovative technology that may be hiding inside the camera is explored and explained. Lenses are not easy things to test. Consider for a moment that the sharpness of a lens and every other optical quality being measured could be affected by a truck that rumbles by in the street. If the lens were to shake, it wouldn't score accurately. So Modern's test lab is housed in a very stable, low vibration area. The light that passes through the lens is picked up by computer sensors and displayed in graphic form. Lenses are tested for contrast, aperture accuracy, and distortion. But there's nothing more important than a lens's ability to focus sharply. So the lab extensively tests the focusing or resolving power of each lens. The target, a high contrast resolution chart developed by the United States Air Force, is placed on a neutral gray metal plate. Distance, lighting, and exposure are carefully controlled as actual film, Kodak's fine-grained Panatomic X, is exposed. The tone value of the target's background plate, a very precise shade of gray, will later be compared with the tonality of gray on the developed film. This assures that processing and exposure have been precise. The test lab has its own complete darkroom to guarantee the constancy and repeatability of results. Evaluating and comparing results is a painstaking microscopic job. Numbers are collected, notes are taken, and even minute details and differences can have a big impact. In addition to this raw data, you'll find words like excellent, very good, and good used to describe lens resolution results, and high, medium, and low for contrast results. The test lab's evaluations are presented technically for the technically minded, and yet at the same time they're clear and uncomplicated for the rest of us. As you might expect, computers have a part to play in collecting the data on tested equipment. But the computer can also assist in helping to interpret the data, taking the complex test information and plotting it onto graphs and charts. These results, right from the computer, become an important part of the final report, as written by the editors of Modern Photography, to help you make intelligent choices when purchasing new equipment.